Welcome to 5 after midnight, where darkness is upon us, and so are those that lurk within its shadows. One.
When I was 12 years old, I had a dream where I woke up scared and ran to my parents' room and woke them up claiming that I felt someone watching me sleep. They assured me that it was okay and told me to go back and lay down. When I go back into my room, the covers flip up and I see what 12-year-old me assumes that the devil looks like. I woke up scared as hell and ran to my parents' room. The way they comforted me was word for word what they said to me in my dream. I made my dad walk me back to my room and check it out. Everything was fine. I laid back down and noticed my closet door was cracked open, which it never was. I freaked myself out and hid under the covers. I heard the door open and a man whisper,
"They'll never believe you."
And then footsteps out into the hallway. I didn't sleep that night and had to switch rooms with my sister after that.
Two.
When I was younger, about 3 or 4, I would have nightmares every night that just about always consisted of the same thing. I would wake up while still dreaming, and my room would be pitch black except for my nightlight in the corner. All of a sudden, it would get really hot and red, and my bed started falling through the floor. Think of when Alice falls down the rabbit hole, but with more fire. I would hear a deep voice saying,
"I'm going to get you. Soon, I'm going to get you."
as my bed continued to fall deeper into this pit. Right before I'd hit the bottom, I would feel a sudden jerk and wake up for real. I remember feeling shaky, like I had been jumping or jerking in my sleep. Naturally, being 4 years old, I would run into my parents' room scared out of my mind, but I doubt they remember this. I only do because these dreams were so vivid to me. Not too long later, my parents split, and I moved out of that house and in with my grandparents, and the nightmares completely stopped. I do honestly believe that I was somehow dreaming that I was falling into hell, but I have no clue how, since I hadn't really started going to church yet, and I knew nothing really about God or the devil.
Three.
When I was young and lived at my parents' house, I had to cycle to school every morning. My parents lived just outside the city in a desolate house which has a sand track going from their house to the main road through a small forest. One night I had a dream about me cycling to school. It was a little bit foggy and I was late for school. In the dream, a deer crossed the sand track at a certain point, and I looked left to see it run further into the forest. As soon as I turned my head back to see the road in front of me, there was this guy in the middle of the road, wearing a black hoodie and carrying a bloody axe. He knocked me off my bike and chased me until I woke up. After I woke up, I saw I had overslept. I rushed to get ready to go to school, and in the rush, I kind of forgot the dream that I had that night. That was until I got on my bike and saw that it was a little bit foggy outside. As I was cycling, a deer crossed the sand track at the exact same spot as it did in my dream. Needless to say, I didn't turn my head to see where it went and kept my eyes on the road in front of me. I was horrified at that point. I started racing down the track like the devil himself was chasing me. I didn't stop until I reached school 5 minutes early, and sweating like a pig. I still get this bad feeling when I cross that point, and I will keep that feeling until the day I die. When I was little, I had this nightmare where I was in a cart on rails, and as the cart would move above me, there would be a picture of a normal-looking lady. As I would move forward, her face would suddenly transform into a creepy witch-looking thing, and soon after, I would wake up. It was basically like any other nightmare, except that I had it more than once. So time passes by, and in the summer, me and my family go to an amusement park. Everything is fine and dandy, so we go on some rides. So the ride starts, and we start to ascend into a dark tunnel. As we are ascending above us, they tell us a story about a princess who turns evil through pictures. As we climb to the peak of the ride, they show the final picture of the princess, suddenly transforming into a witch. As soon as I saw it, I recognized it from my nightmare, but didn't have time to say anything because right after the ride drops down into a pool of water. I mentioned it to my family after, but they just told me I had deja vu.
Five.
Between the age of 15 to 17, I would dream the same dream every month. In the dream, I would wake up in the back of a bar, in a room with dirt flooring, and the room would be empty, but I would wake up on top of some human skeleton bones. In my dream, I was not afraid of the human bones. I would get up and walk toward the doors of the bar. There I would see the same people every time doing the exact same thing from previous dreams. I would walk down the bar, and to my surprise, no one would notice me. I mean, it's like no one would notice the underage kid walking in a bar. I never really bothered to talk to any of them. I would walk outside the bar. And here's where it gets odd. In every dream, every time I walk outside, there was always something odd to this place. Sometimes it would be an empty road in the middle of a desert. Sometimes there would be a town hall, or other times a park, and other things like that. In the last dream I remember, I again walk outside the bar, but this time there was a bright white object that told me this exact words I will never forget. "The human bones are yours, Larry. You need to wake up." Since then, I haven't had the dream again. I told my grandma about it. She told me to be careful with my demons because what I had heard and seen was not a dream but a warning, and that the devil had bids on me. I did not know what to think about it. I'm 25 years old now and I'm still alive. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the show. If you have a story to share, send us an email, like us on Facebook, share, like, and subscribe.